Let's see how that's demonstrated with Calgary Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thousands of flood-affected residents all over Alberta have yet to receive a single dollar in assistance from the DRP to address the devastation they suffered to their homes and businesses. For the last 9 months, it would appear the government is being held hostage by Landlink, the company they hired to manage the millions of taxpayer dollars used for disaster relief. Now, today the minister has suggested that all cases will be closed, all 10,500, by the end of March. Now, how is the minister planning on dealing with appeals?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, allow me to clarify my comments earlier, because the honourable member and his honourable leader have actually misled the House in terms of what I actually said. What I said was perhaps have misstated my intention, and I apologize. I didn't mean to allege misleading. However, let me say, Mr. Speaker, what I have said is that of all the residential files, 90% we expect to be resolved by or close to the end of March. Now, there are other files. There's files relating to agricultural operations. There are files related to businesses. Those are going to take time to resolve as well.
Thank you. First supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Alan and Joyce Hurd of High River recently learned that the disaster relief program is prepared to assist them with only $10,000, which is $25,000 less than what they needed to cover the cost to remediate and repair their basement. And given that there are countless other cases where Landlink is failing Albertans, how is your ministry, Minister, going to resolve these failures in the next 2.5 weeks?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That's a helpful question. Actually, what's going to happen is everybody who receives a settlement as of the last few weeks will receive also with that a letter which spells out exactly why they received the settlement. There is an appeal process, and that's spelled out in the letter as well. I would encourage Albertans who feel that they have not been dealt with in an appropriate manner, that I would encourage them to pursue that appeal process and deal with that, and also provide the evidence that they are worthy of greater support than what they will have received if they're not.
Final supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Endorsing and allowing a company that was never going to be able to capably manage a DRP program of this size, scale and scope was a massive oversight. Minister, will you commit right here and right now not only to ensure that everyone who feels that they were wronged by Landlink will have a review process in place, but also enlighten the House as to what we're doing moving forward from this point?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and that is actually a helpful take on the circumstance. Clearly, this was a model that was developed probably 20 years ago with the independent company providing this service. It's clearly not up to the needs of a disaster of this size, and I have taken steps to ensure that the way in which a disaster recovery program is addressed in the future is addressed in a much more in a much different way. And I welcome input from members on all sides of this House with respect to changes that might be taken into account in that DRP of the future.